of the Czech Republic, silver for Roman Anoshkin of Russia, bronze for Balint Kopas of Hungary, and just 6/10 of a second separating first and third. But next up, we have the final of the men's C1 1,000 metres. We have star quality throughout this field, just like in the men's K1000. We've got the reigning Olympic champion, the reigning European champion, the reigning under-23 world champion, the reigning under-23 European champion as well. Last week in Poznan, we saw a real shock result with the 18-year-old Cuban Jose Ramon Pellier Cordova taking gold ahead of the reigning world and Olympic champion Sebastian Brendel, as well as ahead of the reigning under-23 world champion Konrad Robin Scheibner of Germany and the reigning European champion Martin Fuchser. And unfortunately, Jose Ramon Pellier Cordova not racing this weekend, but a fantastic performance for that young teenage Cuban athlete last week in Poznan. Will we see any more shock results, big performances today in the final of the men's C1 1,000 metres?
Yeah, it looks like lane 4, 5 and 6 are all like the textbook canoe technique that you want to watch. These guys are the bosses of what they're doing.
Do you spend a lot of time looking at other paddlers and...
Doesn't it sound weird? I do. I spend a lot of time looking at these guys.
It's not weird. It's probably the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week was crazy, like absolutely crazy conditions. Like in terms of controlling your boat, even I saw these big guys on the edge of their lanes. I'm pretty sure Sebastian and Martin actually tapped paddles at one point. They were so close just because it was so wavy. So that young guy did awesome taking the win. But as you can see today, it's super flat. This is going to come down to power, length of stroke, and again, who's got it in their lungs to make it all the way.
Well, there is the Italian paddler Carlo Taccini, the 23-year-old in lane 8. He is the rain box and underway in the final of the men's C1 1,000 metres at this second Canoe Sprint World Cup here in Germany. And already it's Fuchser who has the big start. He's just got an inch ahead of the rest of the field. Really good start though from Thomas Sima of France out in lane 1 as well. He's going really strongly, but Bernie, so far really difficult to really separate these paddlers.
Yeah, they're all pretty much in a line. It's almost like they're trying to do it on purpose out there. But you can see, looks like Fuchs's stroke is quite like powerful and efficient yet again. And every stroke is the same. That's what you want. You don't want to be changing here and there to steer or anything like that. Just little bits often. And his head's up. He's looking where he's going. Awesome.
And Fuchser looking extremely cool in his headband and shades as they go through the 750 metre mark. 750 left to go. The burn will already be starting after just 250 metres. Also going well, we have Adrien Barre of France. He's in lane 9. But all of them at the moment, nothing to separate them as they go through that 750 metre mark. Just 0.3 of a second between the first 4 athletes.
Looks like Dos Santos, his stroke rate is a little bit lower at the moment compared to previous races as well. He's really trying to go for that long and powerful stroke again.
Sebastian Brendel starting to move up now on Martin Fuchser. Fuchser still with the lead. Tomasz Kaczor of Poland is the one out in lane 2 who's also going well. But Brendel going stroke for stroke, just a couple of feet behind Fuchser of the Czech Republic as they go through the 500 metre mark. They're halfway now. Who has got that big second half? Who has been keeping a little bit of power in reserves for the big finish? Good paddle here by Adrien Barre of France. He's going well now alongside Fuchser. Fuchser in lane 6. He's finished second to Brendel at the last 4 World Championships. Finished with a silver medal in Poznan. Fuchser still in the lead. Brendel going well as well. Kaczor still up there in the medals out in lane 2.
Yeah, I think when we get into that 300 metres to go, let's watch Sebastian move. He has this big finish. And I tell you what, the guys that have the gap between them, like on the outer edges, sometimes it's great. You're racing your own race. You're not racing the person next to you. So that can be pretty lethal for Adrian Bach.
Well, Fuchs does still have the lead. Can Brendel lift as they go through the 250-metre mark? There goes Fuchs now, putting down the power, gritting his teeth as he sends that boat surging forward. But look, in lane 9, Adrien Barr of France, he's taking it to Fuchs. It's Fuchs against Barr for the gold at the moment. Barr has just the lead as they went through that 250-metre mark. Can Barr keep this power up? Fuchs went out hard, but Barr could cause a bit of a stir as they go through into the last 100 metres of the race. They're into the red buoy mark now. That means 100 metres to go. Fuchs is coming back. Katshaw is coming back in lane 2 as well. Now Barr is lifting his stroke as well. Barr can see that Fuchs is coming back. It's still Barr with the lead. 25 metres left to go on this course. Can Barr come on to take the gold from Fuchs? A big race from the Frenchman. He will take the gold. It will be Martin Fuchs of the Czech Republic with the silver. And Tomasz Katshaw of Poland takes the bronze, with Sebastian Brendel of Germany being kept out of the medals for a second international in a row.
Yes, so impressive. Adrian, you can see how sharp he was in the last 200 meters. His stroke rate was that little bit higher than Fuchs's, and he kept it. He held on to it. A big bang on the side of his boat as he's so happy again.
There are a lot of big scalps for Barr of France to take. They've doing very well over the last World Cups in both canoe and kayak racing, the French, so I think they'll be ones to look out for come the World Championships. It was a good start from Fuchs. There was always questions about whether he could hold it for the entire length of the race. And today was not to be his day. Silver in Poznan for Fuchs and silver here in Duisburg. And Bernie, you were saying this is one of the guys who have got the textbook technique.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see him reaching that hip going forward, throwing his boat forward. Yeah. Beautiful. His hand's actually pretty deep in the water. He's really burying his blade, getting purchase. But yeah, again, like I just mentioned, Adrian just that little bit sharper it looked, and he wanted it. Yes, there's that claim. So happy. The French team have really lifted, and they've got a really good attitude as well. When you're around them, they're super positive and just excited to race. Like, they really want to be out there, and they're happy for each other as well.
You can kind of, it might sound like a silly thing to say, but you can kind of see it in the way that they appear. They've always got a smile on their face, but they've always got the sunglasses on. They've got the hats on backwards, and they're bringing some fun and some excitement to the race. So you can see how much they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I mean, look at what